everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mary. Glad to have you. Glad to see I have a few more subscribers, and I really appreciate you. Anyway, so if you leave a comment on my videos, then I can see who might be my new subscribers, and if you want me to give you a shout out, I can then, or thank you. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this video started here. We are going to, not that I was going to do this, but it just sort of kind of all came together, and I thought, you know, let me go ahead and do something that would have to do with hearts or Valentine's Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some stiffy. Now you might have a different way that you want to stiffen fabric, but I like using stiffy. So it's going to take some time to dry, and we're going to work with this little thing here. I bought this at a flea market, and sometimes you think, well, what would I use? You know, what could I use that for? If you're not familiar, you know, with this, you can do lots of things with this. If you have lots of little lace pieces, or if you have little doily pieces sitting around your house, you know, or maybe you inherited some things, or whatever it might be. Maybe your aunt from long ago gave you a bunch of little doily things, little pieces of doilies, and you thought, oh my goodness, what in the world would I do with them? Well, this was just kind of one of those interesting shaped ones. And then I used some stiffy on this. And then what I have inside here is I use some little bit of that, I hope I'm saying it right, tulle. And it's like a, oh, what you call it? It's like a very fine mesh in there. And I have lavender buds in there. And so what I did was I made myself a lavender sachet. And then I just added like a little butterfly there and a few little flowers, and then just tied it with a ribbon. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, what are you going to do with this? Well, I thought that once we get this, you know, stiffened here, I'm going to lay it out flat, and it's going to have to dry for a while, so it's not going to get dry during this video. But once it is dry, then you can just run a little thin ribbon through there, and then you can hang it up, put it on your wall, or whatever you want to do with it, basically. Or you could even frame it if you want to frame something like this, especially if it's an heirloom, or you know, from a great-grandmother or something like that. So you know, you just might want to frame something like that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here then. You don't really need a lot. You just need to make sure you got enough in there. Now I did shake that up. You're supposed to stir it. And I just kind of shook it in the bottle. So it should work out okay. And then what you want to do is you just want to put that in there then to make sure it gets very, very well saturated. I'll get my words out here in a minute. Might need just a little bit more because I feel like that just didn't really get saturated enough. This is a little bit messy to work with, so you're going to want to have a like a damp cloth or paper towel nearby to wipe off your fingers. Which I have paper towels, but you know, did I make them damp? Nah. You think I could remember to do that? Nah. Okay, so then you're going to want to wring some of this out. So they say really not to, you're not going to want to rinse this out either. But they say don't, we call it wrinkle it or something like that, because you will get wrinkles in there. But I'm going to try to squish out as much of this as possible. And it really doesn't matter to me if there is a few little wrinkles in there. So I'm just showing you right here on camera how to do this. So, you know, if you've never worked with the stuff, or you might be an old pro at it and say, I don't even use Stiffy. I use something else. My mom, I think, used to use sugar water or something like that. But sometimes in the summertime, the warmer months, we get ants in our house, and believe you me, I don't need anything to draw ants into my home. I'm not saying it would, but you know, I just don't want to take any chances. So anyway, so there we are. And over here off to the side, what you don't see is I've got a sheet of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna smooth that out and let that stay on the parchment paper for a little bit, and I'm gonna let it dry. It'll probably take overnight to do it. You don't want to stretch your material out too much, but I'll just kind of show you how I have it here so you can see. There you go. And you just want to leave that alone so it's not disturbed. Okay, so I guess I could try to put the rest of this in the bottle, but since I've got so much of it anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. But now, see, my hands are all gluey and messy. Alrighty, I'm going to pause you here for a moment, and now I got to wash off my fingers here. Well, just like that, by the magic of, oh, it's just a pause button. That's all it was. It wasn't magic. Okay, the next thing I thought we would work on. And no, we're not doing woodworking. No. This is actually from Christian Craft Paper. And they have quite a few things. Now, I bought this last year. And I'm going to get this out and I'll show it to you. Like, this has to do with Valentine's Day, so they give you like something like a plastic credit card thing to use to do this. I hope I can remember how to do this. Okay, so it's called Premium Rub-On Transfers. It's called Love Letter. So you gently peel off the protective backing to reveal your intricate thing. Rub on. Okay, transfer. I should have read that before I got on here, but you know, now you see too what I'm working with. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty, well, and then too, I have given you a way to, you can probably scan that by taking a picture with your phone. And I'm sure it will take you to their website, so you can order some things too if you would like. Anyway, I thought these were neat. This one, of course, says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life," from John 3:16. That's at the top there. And then this one is, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity," Proverbs 17:17. So I gotta see which one I want to use, and I just kind of put another one in here. I guess you could use it for something else that you want to work on. Anyway, I wanted to show that to you. So let's go ahead and, oh dear, do I need, I don't think so. Thought maybe I might need something here, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. I should have figured out which one I wanted to use. Okay, so, okay, I think I'll go with that one. I probably should have gotten some scissors here. So you just want to be very careful about peeling that off. You know what? I am going to get myself some scissors. I didn't really think about that before I sat back down. So hang on just a second. So back now, and I remember to get some scissors here. So let's see here. I think it might be best if I just cut this out instead of having to peel all of these off of here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. That is what I'm going to do. Ooh, came close to getting that off of there. Don't want to cut into that too much. I gotta move everything out of the way. But anyway, that first project is fairly easy to, you know, understand how to do it. It's not hard at all. And again, with the other project, you just buy this stiffy, and it's fabric stiffener, and you can also use it on bows, apparently. So I just wanted to make sure you all knew about that. Okay. So we're going to, oops, that's very sticky. So you want to make sure that you get it on there just right. I'm having to kind of judge it here and there. And I think it's just more or less a shelf sitter. You could, if you wanted to, use some little craft paint and paint your wood or whatever you happen to be using. I'm just leaving this natural for now. I want to make sure that I get this transferred. I don't really usually buy too much from this company. If they have some good sales, I kind of wait for sales. So actually, I bought this last year, and it wasn't even near Valentine's Day or anything like that. I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. It's just, to me, it just becomes like another day because my birthday is actually this month as well, so I just don't even, I figured, you know, one kind of celebration is good enough in a month. I just want to make sure that this comes off. I don't want to have to rip it, tear it, or anything else. Okay, let's see if that, oh no. Heavenly days, did I not do something right? Let's make sure that I am doing this correctly. Ah, so they say. Well, we're I'm trying to make sure I get that on there. When I lifted it, I just didn't really see it adhering to there. This better work. It said to apply even pressure. Well, you don't want to watch me keep doing this, so I'm going to go ahead and pause you for right now, and I think I'm jerking the table around a lot, so I'm going to pause you for a moment. Alrighty, well, I had to apply a little bit more pressure, but it worked. As you can see, this is on there really good now. It's supposed to look like an old-timey postcard. And that just kind of sits up on your shelf. And you know, if you wanted to, you could probably add a few little flowers to that, or you could add some bling to it, however you want to do it, you know. And then, let's see. Do we want to add anything else to this? What do we want to add? let's see if there's anything else we might want to add to this. Maybe on the back. I'm thinking this might be a little bit... Well, I guess, you know, if you wanted to make it more so it wouldn't be just for Valentine's Day, you could put something on the back that would, yeah, for any other time, you know. Yeah, I think that'll work. I believe so. It should. Okay, well then let's try that then. How about that? We're just kind of learning as we go here. Figuring things out. Okay, we don't want to get too close to that other thing, but I would encourage you to check out if you like to do transfers, and it's just super duper easy, and just make sure you have a scissors with you. And make sure you have everything that you need. So yeah, we're gonna have it one going that way. Yeah. We'll have this going this way then. That'd be cool, right? I think that'll be cool. Oh, let's see, wait a minute. Hold it. What did I do? What did I do here? Oh, okay. Had to think about that for a moment. Ooh. Have you ever worked with transfers and then they're super sticky? I've had this to happen where I'm trying to be so careful to peel it off so I can apply it to whatever I have to be working on. And then I ended up getting it stuck to my finger, part of the design, everything, and it just didn't work out at all the way I wanted it to. So I was just a little bit annoyed by that. And plus, you know, you just ruin all of your things too, so. This might take a little while, so I'm going to pause you on this. And, you know, this is like watching paint dry, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you what, when you're working with this, you want to be careful not to pull off too quickly, because on this one, when I was pulling that off, I saw that just part of the two and the top of that T on the word Timothy, or the name Timothy, wasn't going to come off of there. So I had to put it back down, try to match it as much as I could, and it didn't do too badly. But you just want to be careful not to just rip it off of there, because a lot of that may not come off very well. See, just like with on that, right there, that area there. So you just want to be a little bit careful. I gotta also be careful that I'm not shaking you all. I don't need to give you guys an earthquake. But anyway, or phone quake, whatever you want to call it. So there we are, and I feel like everything kind of stuck down a little bit better on there. Whoops. Maybe not, but I can always go over that a little bit better. Now on this side, it probably would have looked good if I applied some paint or something like that. I'm sorry, it was way out of the shot. Why do I keep doing that for? But anyway, so my washing machine is letting me know that it's done and it can be put into the dryer now. So anyway, yeah. So on that side, I have that, and so I can sit that on a shelf. If I want to decorate it, I could. Or you could flip it on this side and let that be for Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, I keep doing it way out of the shot there. So we'll get it right one of these days. It's just going to take me a little bit of practice. It's been a while since I've done videos. It seems like the older I get, the more I forget. But anyway, it's just a real simple thing to do, and Again, you can order these, or you might know someone who is a woodworker. Maybe you are a woodworker and you wouldn't have to purchase anything like this extra. But I did this, you know. Sometimes my husband will have little wood pieces lying around too, but I just thought, well, I might as well go ahead and get those. That way we know that it would fit the old postcard thing. Okay, so we're going to move on to something else. So yeah, so this is a 3-part thing here. Just put that over there for now. And I wanted to show you something else that I have done, and I don't want to lose all of these things here. So I will put these all together so I don't lose them. That's all I need to do is lose stuff. So, I don't know if some of you remember back in the day, if you were around in the early 1990s, it was kind of a thing back then that you could go to, I don't know, this was already made to look like an old-fashioned hat, you know, like maybe something you would find on a southern, how do I want to say it? Or even like the 1970s, you know, or sometimes, you know, in bridal pictures, you would see them wearing hats. I don't want to just say it's strictly for, you know, the Southerners, but that's what makes me think of anyway, you know, something like from, what I'm trying to think of, I can't think, but anyway, I think you kind of get an idea. But anyway, they used to decorate these things, put little flowers or whatever you wanted to, and then you'd put like a little bow here. And what they did back then was they would hang these on the wall. And this was one I had saved from way back when. This was probably early 1990s. And so I had one of these, and it was just real popular to do these. And but anyway, since I didn't have like a hat mold, I thought, well, I have so many doilies around here. So what I did was I took this hat here, since I knew I wasn't going to, you know, be decorating it, and it used to have old decorations on it, but I've since taken those off, because, you know, when you want to use it for a mold, you'll do anything to remove stuff just to have a mold. So anyway, what I did was I formed this on here, and I used Stiffy on this. And this was just this was not from my grandmother. I didn't know my grandmothers, but I never met them. But anyway, they were long gone before I came along. But anyway, so what I was trying to say is this is not like an heirloom or anything. I'm sure somebody made this, but I'm not sure who it was. But anyway, this was on something that I had purchased and or was included with it. And I thought, well, you know, I'd like to maybe make some of those old-fashioned, you know, hats and hang them on the wall. And so I just used some of the Stiffy and product, and I got it nice and saturated. And then I used this as my mold, and I put that on there, and got that look I was going for. So anyway, now this is all ready to go. This has been dry for several months because I did it last year sometime. And I tried to get it to where it wasn't wrinkled, so there might be a few little dips and valleys on here. But I thought this would be really fun to decorate, and you don't have to use flowers. You can use different things. So let me pause you, and I will bring out some things that you can decorate it with, and I'll show you what I'm going to use to decorate this. How many times was I going to use the word decorate? I have no idea. Okay, so hang on just a second. All right, I'm back. Like I've told you before, I've had my craft room in different places in this house, and I've got stuff everywhere, and I had to think, now where in the world did I put this? Where did I put that? And I thought, well, for this next one, I need to have my glue gun, so I had to ask my husband. He had to find the wire that he uses with this to, anyway, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so these were some yo-yos that I made. And I just used very random fabrics that I happen to have on hand. Whoops. And you just glue the buttons there. You could also, I guess, sew the buttons down if you want to. I have those, and I guess I thought I had more, but the only other ones I have are these, and this is actually vintage material that my mom had. I'm sorry, this is off camera. I'm so sorry. And I think I remember my mom actually made a blouse. It was probably back in the 60s or 70s or something like that. And then these buttons are actually antique buttons here, so you don't really see things like that around. So I figured since this is kind of old-fashioned looking, we were just going to go ahead and put a little bit old and new on here, and it's not going to be any rhyme or reason to this. And I'm probably going to, if I add any ribbon, I'll add it later. Right now I just want to focus on getting these around here. You could also use flowers. Again, I would have to search for my flowers, and I really could use flowers. Let's see what this would look like if I alternate, or if I just want to use this. Actually, I'm not sure if I want to use these or not. What would that look like? It would definitely kind of give it a spring, kind of a spring flare, wouldn't it? But these buttons are really odd looking, aren't they? I don't know. I just need to make up more of these yo-yos, I guess. Don't really want the blue ones either. The only other ones that I have that I had made up are strictly Christmas. That's all I had made up. I can't believe that. Well, anyway. I did not use a particular pattern to cut out my square. Was it a square? No, my circles. You don't use squares. Circles. And so this is why I ended up with different sizes. Anyway. So you could use something like this, or you can use old buttons, which I could do, or whatever. You know what? I'm going to probably save this project for another time, but I just want to make sure that you guys knew about this. I might create with this off camera. Maybe not. I was thinking I had some other ones here, but hang on, oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, well, it's just sometimes it's kind of difficult for me to figure out what I want to do. I had to get out this, but I don't think I want to add a bird to this. These are just some random birds that I bought to use for projects. So if I do use this, I could randomly use these kind of things with it, couldn't I? Let's just see what we come up with. I don't know, to tell you the truth, I'm not really feeling these. I thought I was, but I don't think I am. And I just don't have anything else to use, darn. You know, I just need to make more yo-yos. Why haven't I done that? I really don't know. Why haven't I done that? Don't ask me. But I do have these little things that I created too. just very random things. That's just what I'm saying. You can use very random items on something like this. In fact, that might look better. I don't know. We can see what we can come up with here. I'm having to kind of because I want something kind of spring-like, but also kind of a little bit on the different side. And then, of course, I would hang this on my wall. Okay. Alrighty, we are gonna proceed then. I guess I thought I was gonna work with this off camera, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the flow here. Just go with the flow. Let's see. I think I said in my other video that I was ready for spring. I'm still ready for spring. I am. Yeah, it's like the first snowfall is very pretty, but then after that, I'm like so over it. My husband and I used to be stationed in Arkansas many years ago, and well, I like the snows down there that they used to have. Now, I don't know if they still have this or not, but it would snow, and then you'd have it for about a week, and then, or sometimes the next day it was gone, depending on how much snow it was. But if you would have it for a week or something like that, and then it'd be gone, I think, oh, good, goodbye. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, let's see if we can kind of figure out what we can do with this then. And we're going to try to figure this out together. Oh, yeah, now I can. I wasn't too sure. I thought, is my glue gun even working? I knew it was a newer glue gun, but you have to flip the switch over there for the that outlet to work. But anyway, I digress. So, like I said, this is just one of these random things. I wasn't really sure how I was going to decorate this because I've just had it been sitting there in a basket, and I thought, well, I'll get to it one of these days. But then it just kind of dawned on me like, well, wait a minute. Don't you want to work on something on your video? Yes. Okay, get it out. Work on it. I'm just snapping these and anyway. So, I don't want to have to look through my buttons or anything. These are interesting, but again, I'm just not feeling that, and I don't want just a lot of dark blues on here. I don't know what that is, but anyway, so. And I don't want to add any birds to this project either, so we're going to put the birdies over there. So now we are going to work with this random, very random thing here, since I have these spring colors, and I thought, well, maybe I can come up with something. Oh my goodness. Some of these are old type of fabrics, and some of them are newer. It just, my mother loved to sew, and unfortunately I did not catch that particular sewing bit from her, but I don't mind doing small projects. I just don't like doing really huge projects. Okay, so we've got this. It's not very big. It's kind of like a blank slate to me in a way, but now you all send me your thoughts here on how should I do this. Well, let's see. You know, I'm just going to go for it and just, let's just kind of start somewhere. We got to start somewhere, right? Can't just lollygag around here. Let's just start somewhere here. Just start. Just get her done. Get her done. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, and then we're going to work with the strings too, you know. So I want to go ahead and, do I have very many of those? Or was that all that I had on that bunch? Oh my gosh, is that all came in that? Oh, I guess I thought I had more on that one. So I guess I might want to go ahead and do this, possibly. I don't know. Now you all tell me whether or not I'm doing a good job or not. Okay. Let's hopefully that will take. I don't know. Maybe I should add a little thing of glue right there. See, I really did not know how I wanted to work with this. But we will find a way here. Would you, thank you, release yourself from me. Okay, we got that so far. I only have so many of those rosettes to work with, so I'm gonna kind of build on this a little bit and see how it goes. Why does my hand get real shaky when I have to work with something very delicate or whatever you want to call it? I got in the shot there, didn't I? Okay, we're going to go with that one. We're going to just do some random things here. Excuse me, quit getting stuck. Oh my goodness. That's what I don't like about glue sometimes. Let's go ahead and work around. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm just gonna, this is not gonna have any rhyme or reason to it. Just gonna work with it however I can work with it. I thought I was gonna work with my yo-yos tonight, but I don't think so. So, yeah, that hurt. Oh my gosh, that really burnt the poo out of my finger. Okay, so let's see how I can do this. Kind of need to put some leaves somewhere. Well, anyway, this is kind of being a little bit of a thing to me here. I really need to have all my flowers out, but I don't want to keep interrupting my thing. But you can kind of see how you could kind of build on this a little bit. You could even do this all the way around if you wanted to. I do want to put some rosettes here and there, though. I already got those on there then. I know, it's different looking. But like I said, you can just put buttons on here or something like that and just kind of work with it. I'm going to work with this a little bit later on, but I am definitely going to finish it somewhere along the line here. But I just don't want to keep interrupting my video, and I have a boo-boo now on my finger, which kind of hurts. So I wanted to start my video a little bit earlier today, but we had some errands we had to run, and I just was doing some laundry and things like that. So also, if you are having to, I know some people might still be up under a foot of snow or more, but be careful when you're shoveling, because My husband thought we thought maybe he was having a heart attack, but he shoveled a little bit of snow. So we went to the ER, and it turned out to be something totally different. He's fine. So everything was fine on that, but it kind of gave us a little bit of a scare, you know. But if you have to shovel snow, or you have a lot of snow to shovel, just be very, very careful out there. And maybe even have one of your neighbors to help you, you know, especially if you live by yourself or something like that. You know, it's always good to have a neighbor to help you. I don't know, this might work after all. It's just a whatever. But anyway, I will get this project finished tonight, and I will definitely put it on my video then, how I've got it together. But anyway, I just want to let you know my husband is just fine. Everything is good there. Let's see. Oh, and I wanted to go ahead and do a devotional. So at this point, I am going to add a devotional. And if you want to stay and listen to the devotional, you're more than welcome. Or if you want to go on, I do appreciate you watching, though. And if you would be so kind to leave me a comment and a thumbs up. And be careful when you work with a glue gun so you don't burn yourself. Alrighty, so I need to go get my devotional book, and I will be with you in just a short minute. Alrighty, so this evening's devotional, and I am pulling this from, since we're celebrating, in this video anyway, Valentine's Day, or if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, maybe it's just a special day for you. But this is being pulled from February 14th, and it says, God forgives. And it's from Psalm 86:5. You, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, and abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. So, remember always, what God forgives, he forgives completely. What God heals, he brings to wholeness. What God restores, he does so without any limitations placed upon a person's potential for sharing the gospel and being a witness of God's love, mercy, and grace. And with that, I will close out this evening's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much if you have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't and you'd like to, I would really appreciate it. And give me a thumbs up. Just smash that like button. It'll help in the getting my video out there and getting my channel seen then. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.